Don't ever come again, you b****!
Wow. What were you thinking hitting me with an ashtray? I could have died.
It's self-defense! If an intruder comes into your house, isn't it common sense to defend yourself?
I rang the doorbell and came in from the front door. You call that an intruder? You're the one that invited me in.
What's with the attitude? Do you think you can talk back to me?
Ugh, damn, you're so grumpy. Are you enjoying your life?
Of course! I've been working hard, unlike you, since I was young, so I am where I am today.
I just asked you a question. Why are you bringing me up? Ugh, you're so weird. Like, are you okay?
I'm worried about you more because I'm afraid that I hit you too hard, that it made you even more stupid.
You just proved that you're a criminal, you know.
Then why don't you try and sue me? I have money, so there's no meaning though.
Aren't you embarrassed to say things like this?
Shut up! Don't ever contact us again! Just remember that you are rock bottom, okay?
You're a piece of shit. 30 minutes later.
Mary, are you okay? Does it still hurt? Can you drive?
Are you seriously going to ask if I can drive after what happened? What the hell is wrong with your dad?
Sorry, but he was like that since I was a kid. My mom was fed up with him, so they've been separated for a while. He has a lot of money and power, and also, my family are all bankers except for me, so it's hard to talk back.
You knew he was crazy!
I didn't expect him to punch you. I haven't met him for a while, and I thought he would be nicer now, but I guess not.
Okay, and?
And?
I was hit in the face with an ashtray! I could have died! Are you not going to say anything?
Oh, that really sucks.
You're not going to apologize?
Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. I didn't really expect him to do something like that.
Even if I lived a serious life, I would have still gotten the same treatment.
You can beat up my dad, because I'm tired of him too.
If you hate him, why don't you do something?
I'm not strong like you, Mary.
You want me to protect you or something? Are you serious? Can't believe I got engaged to you. My life sucks.
Everything is my fault, and I truly apologize.
Well, not everything. I was the one that said I wanted to meet your parents. I'm going to your house again to sort out things, so can you please go home by yourself?
What? Are you going to beat up my dad? Nice! Can I watch?
Nope. Go the f*** home.
How am I supposed to go home with no car? Can you at least drive me to the closest bus stop?
Shut the f*** up.
Sorry.
30 minutes later.
Why are you roaming around the house? I told you to leave!
I want to talk, so please open the door.
Of course not! Don't disturb me because I'm busy sanitizing the house!
Why do you hate me so much?
You are from a poor family, didn't graduate from college, and aren't working a decent job. And you look cheap in general. Joe is a failure to our family, but I didn't expect him to get engaged to someone like you!
I think we could get to know more about each other if we talk.
Are you kidding me? I know that you will choose violence!
Violence, huh? I don't think someone who hit a person with an ashtray should say that.
Are you saying that I'm rock bottom?
I didn't say a word about that. How can you act like you're smart when you're actually stupid?
You're the one that's stupid! You just want our money, right? If you don't decline marrying Joe, I will hit you with the ashtray again, okay?
Are you for real? I'm never gonna forgive you.
What are you going to do?
I already hired a lawyer and I'm going to sue you about this, so you should be ready. Oh, and I'm also going to file a police report.
You shouldn't do that, because it's going to be a waste of money and time. I'm actually being nice here.
Why would I not do it? My lawyer said that you're going to be charged with assault for causing bodily harm.
What do you mean you're a lawyer?
He's a lawyer hired by the company that I own.
What? Company? You're a CEO?
Yeah. I run an online shopping site. I think you've seen my commercials on TV. I left my business card in your mailbox.
Wait, it's a pretty big company. You're the CEO?
Yup. We do business with your bank as well.
Why didn't you tell me this earlier? Didn't you say you were an office worker?
Well, I'm on the computer all day, so...
What should I do? I didn't know about this. Oh, I'll actually approve the marriage. So can you take down the police report?
Nothing will change even if you try to negotiate something.
What should I do? Seriously?
Nothing. Just accept the fact that you're going to get sued.
Please, I'll give you money. How much do you want?
This is not a problem that can be solved with money. I took screenshots of the conversation, so I'm planning on showing this to the public.
Wait, no!
I don't think that anyone would want to use a bank with a worker like you. I'm going to cease all transactions and move our savings. No matter how hard you try, I will not change my mind.
Don't act all that!
I could say the exact same thing right back at you. Oh, I also need to add defamation. A minute later.
Hey, Joe, can you do something about Mary? She's trying to sue me! I don't think that she's going to change her mind, even if I talk to her. Are you thinking that this is not your problem? Our family is in big trouble! You are involved also because you are part of the family! You said I was a failure to the family this whole time, but then you decide to say I'm part of the family when you're in trouble? To be honest, I was really irritated by you, so I will not help you. Are you serious? Yeah. And also, I'm not a banker, so it doesn't matter if you get sued and get fired from the bank. We are a family! Are you being serious now? Don't talk about being a family when you hit your son's fiancé in the face with an ashtray! This is why Mom was fed up with you! Please, help me! Deal with this by yourself, please. I will not help you, so good luck with everything. Wait!
A few days later. I saw the news, Mr. Archer. I'm so happy that the media made this headline on the news. How was your job? Did everyone give you the cold shoulder?
My life is ruined because of you! Don't even send me a chat, because I need to go to court soon!
I heard that you were charged with other crimes, so your life must really suck right now.
It does! My wife sent me divorce papers. The bank fired me and charged me for damage that I created, so I had to sell the house.
Do you want me to feel bad for you or something? Sorry, but I don't feel sorry for you at all. I will charge you a good amount, so you must have no hope, but all this is your fault.
Stop acting like you won!
Well, I did! And I also have more money than you wish you had.
Someday I'll get my revenge, so I will not give up!
That's up to you, but you can't do anything because I still have all the evidence. So if you find a new place to work, I'll just upload all of it to that website. You will get backlash for the rest of your life, but you deserve this for what you've done to me. Oh, looks like some of your family members got fired too. Oh, that's too bad.
Are you having fun ruining someone and their family's life?
Yeah. Also, what's with the attitude? Do you think you can talk back to me? After the incident, I went to court against Mr. Archer, and of course I won. He was charged with other crimes and went from rich to poor and ended up being in debt. I was not surprised because he's the kind of person to hit someone with an ashtray. He has no money and no house now, and everyone is giving him the cold shoulder. He is now facing backlash and is known as a crackhead old fart. On the other hand, since Joe didn't help me and probably won't from now on, I've decided to keep my distance from him for a while.
From what it looks like to me, the due date for your kids seems to be right at the same time Leah will be having her wedding. Why would you be having your kids so close to an important day like that? I cannot believe the nerve of you.
Alyssa? I'm sure you're well aware of the fact that we can't just control when our baby is due, right? And we've known about the baby for over 8 months now. If anything, Leah was the one that chose the date of her wedding after I had already become pregnant.
What kind of an excuse is that, Tegan? Are you trying to say that Leah's in the wrong for this?
Did I ever say she was wrong for choosing to have her wedding so close to the due date? No. I don't even think that. She's totally allowed to choose whenever date she wants for her wedding. And she made a great choice because it's during the summer when everyone has time they can take off. So please don't think that I'm complaining about the choices she made or anything like that. The only thing I'm a little shocked at is that you seem to think that I chose to have my baby close to her wedding on purpose, when none of that is in my control.
I have no idea what you're going on about right now.
Well, if you could just listen to me, then you might have a small understanding, and I'd be thankful for that.
Well, you make sure to have the baby soon, and then you get your butt over to the wedding.
I'm carrying twins, so I might be having them a little bit earlier than the planned date, but I've already called ahead and said that I can't make it to the wedding.
Uh-huh. What did you just say? I never heard anything about you saying you weren't coming.
I've already told this to Leah, right? On the off chance that I'm feeling better before the wedding, to give her a call and say I'll be there. And that was totally fine with her, so that's the plan between the two of us.
What kind of nerve do you have to be making all those decisions without my permission first? I happen to be her mother and your mother-in-law.
What? I get that, but this happens to be Leah's wedding, not yours. So I assume by talking with her about all of this and making a plan, we'd both be in the clear and not have to worry about anything.
This is what I mean about you being a stupid little useless woman that shouldn't pass for a wife. Everything you try and say to me makes 0 sense and sounds like complete gibberish. You go and tell her that you're coming to that wedding, and then you get your butt over there after having both those babies. If you don't do that, then things will not end so neatly there.
You can say that all you'd like, Alyssa, but I'm not sure when or how the childbirth will go for me. I might have issues myself, or God forbid one of the babies has something wrong with them. I just wanted to let Leah know I wasn't coming as a safety measure in case things aren't going so well for me. How about when we get a little closer to my due date, I give you a call or text about things? You have to understand that I really do want to be at the wedding, but I have twins coming and they take importance over anything else.
Tegan! Congratulations on having the babies! I heard that it took a very long time to have the both of them. I'm glad it's all over for you now. And great work today!
Thank you so much, Leah. I'm sorry I won't be able to come to your wedding tomorrow, but I think we both saw this coming. I really wanted to be there to see you in your dress, so I'm looking forward to seeing all the photos you have for me later. Still, though, I'm sorry I can't make it there tomorrow.
Oh, no. You have no reason to be sorry about missing my wedding. You only just started to have your babies yesterday, and that battle went on through the night, right? I'm kind of glad the hospital kept you there after that long of a battle because you probably needed all that rest. I would be very happy if you were able to make it to the wedding tomorrow, but I know you had a wonderful event of your own going on, so it's not right for me to get all upset over that. Missing certain events for others is just part of being an adult, so you don't have to worry.
Leah, thank you so much for saying that and understanding me. When things are all settled down for the both of us, I'll come over to your place so we can have a small celebration together.
I'm really looking forward to that. And let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone then. You can celebrate my wedding, and I'll celebrate you giving birth to twins! And now for the time being, you really need to take care of your health.
Thank you, Leah. I hope you have lots of fun at your wedding tomorrow.
Of course you'll be coming to the wedding tomorrow, correct?
What?
Because there is no way my daughter-in-law would be missing my daughter's wedding. You make sure you're there on time tomorrow since it'll be Leah's wedding.
What are you talking about? I just had my twins last night.
And so what?
It is not okay for me to be going to a wedding just after I gave birth to 2 babies?
Oh, you stop it right there. I am not going to let you use childbirth as an excuse to skip my daughter's wedding.
I'm sorry, but you're kind of putting me in a panic right now. Are you really saying something like that to me? Telling me to go to the wedding tomorrow morning? I've already been talking with Leah about everything, Alyssa. It is her wedding after all.
None of that matters to me. I am not okay with you skipping my daughter's wedding, and I will not forgive you if you do so. You will make every attempt to be at your sister-in-law's wedding tomorrow, so God help you.
I can't believe you're trying that hard to force me to go. Leah happens to be one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, yet her mother. Why are you trying so hard to get me to go to the wedding like that?
That's because I hate seeing you using childbirth as an excuse like that. I will not allow it in my family. Do you really think you're so amazing and strong because you gave birth to twins? Are you a freaking moron or something? I could have had my son divorce you if you don't come tomorrow.
Are you kidding me? You would actually say something like that to your son's wife who just gave birth to your grandkids.
I hate seeing a woman thinking she is all that just because she did her job. I want you to act like my son's wife and listen to every word his mother is telling you. What the hell do you think you're doing canceling on a wedding like that just for having some babies? Do not use childbirth as an excuse. I don't care how you're feeling or how the babies are doing. You come to the wedding tomorrow.
Understood.
And don't you dare be late.
All right already. There's nothing left for me to say to you because it'll be a total waste of my time. So you'd really like me to go to every effort to be at that wedding tomorrow.
That's what I'm telling you right now. If you're late or just don't show, then I'm having my son divorce you. Hoo-hoo!
Have him divorce me? I don't think something as serious as that can be decided by someone like you, but right now my husband and I have a very loving relationship and we both just had twins with one another. There's no way he'd listen to you if you told him to divorce me over something as petty as not being at the wedding.
I don't care about if he listens or not. Your husband is my son and I can make him do whatever I want. He might not listen to me, but he will do what I say when I say it. That's just how he is.
I feel that I really do go through every bit of my strength to be at the wedding tomorrow. There'll be a lot of people there shocked to see me. Are you sure that you want that to happen with all of Leah's guests?
And so what if they're all shocked? You shocking the crowd has nothing to do with me. I just want you to be there at the wedding, and that's all.
Is that so? Well, if you're totally fine with that, then I'll go to the wedding.
Then you'll go? I wasn't giving you the option to not go to the wedding. You only have one choice, and that's to go, or else you'll be losing your husband. You told me you understood that just a second ago, right? If you don't end up coming now, you will not only lose your husband, but will also be called a liar by everyone in the family. And a liar like you will most definitely need to leave my family for good.
I told you I'm coming already, so just shut up and be happy with that. Unfortunately, my babies are still too fresh to be allowed to leave the hospital, but I'll be more than glad to come since that's what you want.
Why can't they come? You bring those two with you. If they both aren't there, then there's no point to you even coming.
No point in me coming? Well, that's a shame because I cannot bring them to the wedding. I'm not even being recommended to leave yet, so I'll already be going against one of the doctor's orders. Honestly, I don't feel well enough at all to be leaving the hospital to come to that wedding.
Now you're going back to using those dang excuses again. Back in my day, women were never allowed to use childbirth as an excuse. Women these days really are such weak little whores. I hate them all. If I don't start treating you like the woman you are, then you will end up a complete waste of my son's time. And a waste of his children's time as well.
I'm sorry? Did you ever give birth to twins?
Huh? What are you talking about? Of course not.
Well then, that must mean you can't even imagine what it's like for me right now after having had to carry 2 babies at once for 9 months, and then give birth to both of them in one operation. That's why it's kind of strange that you're still talking to me like you know better.
I am not sure what you're trying to get at there. Just make sure you come to that wedding on time tomorrow. If you do not come or you're late to the wedding, then it's a divorce. I will not let you be my son's wife anymore.
Understood, Alyssa. If that's what you really want, then allow me to make it happen. But if you start to regret the decisions you're making, don't come crying to me about it.
You. What are you trying to do? Are you aware that you are embarrassing me?
What are you talking about, Alyssa?
You know dang well what I'm talking about right now. Do you have any idea what you've just done to me?
All I did was come to the wedding like you'd asked me to do. You shouldn't be so upset about me following your orders.
This isn't what I asked for, though. Do you think coming to the wedding looking like that would make everyone happy to see you? You are an embarrassment. You are embarrassing me.
Huh? I'm embarrassing you? Please take some responsibility for what you asked for and be confident about it. This isn't my problem right now, correct? I told you yesterday that I understood what you wanted from me, and that's why I came here today. You can't get mad at someone for doing as you told them to do. That's just not very nice of you. So tell me, why are you acting so upset about me being here right now?
I didn't think that you'd just be coming straight here from the hospital like that, though.
Do you still not understand any of what's been going on?
What are you talking about?
I told you I understood, and you never said anything else besides that you wanted to make sure I'd be here.
What? So wait. This was your plan from the start.
Well, to be honest with you right now, I'm having a very difficult time standing on two legs and walking. I had to give birth to my twins back to back. You thought someone could actually walk naturally only 2 days after such an event that happened between their legs?
I don't care about that. I was able to walk 2 days after I gave birth.
Remember, you didn't give birth to twins then.
It doesn't matter if it's one baby or two babies. The same thing applies, right?
My husband was really worried by the fact I wanted to be here, but I told him I had no other choice, and so he helped me. But now that I've come and seen the wedding, I'm going to head back to the hospital and ask them to give me some heavy painkillers.
I thought because you said you understood me, everything would be all right today. Telling me you understood and then showing up to the wedding like that is just messed up.
Huh? How is that messed up?
When the wedding was about to start, you walked in here with nothing more than a hospital gown on. That caused the whole crowd to gasp at you as you walked over to your seat like a zombie.
But you and I talked about all of this yesterday, didn't we? I told you that people would be shocked at me coming, and if that's really what you wanted...
I kind of remember you saying something like that yesterday to me, but...
But what?
I didn't think you'd actually come out here butt naked with only that gown on. What the hell were you thinking, Tegan?
I'm wondering the same thing, Alyssa, but about you. What the hell was your plan by asking me to do all of this? Weren't you the one telling me to do everything in my power to make it here? So after hearing you say that, I knew there was a way of getting here, and that was within my power, as you had said.
And now because of that stupid stunt you pulled on me, you got all of the guests here upset with what they've all seen. Oh, this is the worst. They're trying to make it seem as though all of this is my fault.
Trying to? It seems to be. Well, it's not them trying to make it seem like it's your fault, because it is your fault. My husband's even fed up with you now, and he's told me that after today, he's going to think twice before calling you his mother again.
What are you saying to me? You actually want to try and blame me for all of this, saying it's my fault as well? It's all because of you coming in here like that this whole wedding has turned upside down on me and has led to strange air around me. Not even my son is willing to talk to me anymore after what you did. The only thing he told me before walking off is for me to not come to the after party. He wants me to go home all by myself.
Well, is that not the right response from someone who just had to learn their mother forced their wife to leave the hospital to be here? Even Leah's pissed off at you and has told me that there are no plans of forgiving you after today.
What? Leah said that? She is my daughter, so she would never say something like that about me.
I'm sure you forced me to be here today for the sake of your daughter and all, but Leah never wanted me to be here in this state and told you that before the wedding. If anything, all you've done is troubled her by what you did, and troubled her on one of the most important days of her life. She must be more embarrassed than you are right now because all of her guests had to learn that her mother's a complete nut job.
What about me is embarrassing, you whore? Do not blame me for any of this.
But all of this is your fault, you hag. There was really no reason for you to force me to be here today, was there?
What are you trying to say to me now?
What I just said is that I'm trying to say to you. The only reason you probably forced me to be here was so that you could pick on me even more, right? So what I'm getting at now is that your rotten heart is the cause of all your problems right now.
It's because of you being a lazy woman that I did all of this to you.
When was I ever being such a lazy woman that it would cause you to act so horrifically? From what I remember, of all my encounters with you, you were always the one forcing me to do all the chores so that you could sit on the couch all day doing nothing. And that behavior of yours only continued when my belly began to grow huge from carrying the twins. It was very uncomfortable doing all those chores that you could have been doing yourself, but you kept on forcing me. And that wasn't even the worst part. On the days that I did try and say something to you about it, you would give me the most selfish freaking excuses for not doing anything yourself, and that pissed me off. You were a real pain in the butt then, and still are. That's why right now I'm able to tell you all of this with all my heart, because you really pushed me beyond my threshold today with your stupid, selfish, and toxic behavior.
Why the hell are you that upset with me now, too? I was the one that had to be embarrassed today. I don't get why you get to be mad at me when you were the one that came in here looking like a freak, making me get all those terrifying stares from everyone. Why is everyone siding with a whore like you?
I'm not sure that you're all siding with me. It's just that what you did today was screwed up. Because of that, you made everyone at the wedding go into disbelief because they never thought someone like you could force me into doing such a situation. Forcing me to have to walk to the wedding just after having twins and not being able to walk very well at all. I really think you only have half a brain in that thick skull of yours.
I cannot believe you keep saying such rude things about me, Tegan. What you did today has ruined the relationship I had with my daughter. And worse than that, my son is furious with me to the point he won't even talk anymore. Because of all that crap you pulled today, that all of this is happening to me.
Would you please pull your head out of your butt and get real with me? I'm tired of trying to talk to you when your ears are filled with your own poop. I've already told my husband that after today, we will never be talking to you again. So please leave the two of us alone forever and go bother someone else.
What do you mean you won't ever be talking to me again?
After giving birth to 2 big babies and having to stay in the hospital trying to recover from all of that, you forced me out of there to come all the way here and make things even worse for my recovery. My husband and I have decided because of that you will no longer be part of our family and probably won't be for the rest of your time on Earth.
Is my son also agreeing to that? There's no way he'd want to say goodbye to his mother.
Also, I went ahead and talked with him about how much you threatened to divorce the two of us if I didn't come today.
You're lying, right?
That really sent him over the edge. He burst out in anger, saying you have no right to make a decision like that, let alone threaten me with it.
I was never being that serious about divorcing you two, though. I didn't think a little joke like that would become such a huge problem for me.
To tell it to you straight, what I'm trying to say to you right now is this. Both my husband and I are going to be cutting ties to you forever.
Huh? No way you could both do that to me. I know my son would never want to cut ties with his own mother like that. He is a mama's boy and would never ever do something stupid as that.
And he might just be a big mama's boy at times, but what you've been saying was even too much for a mama's boy to take from his own mother. You went and harassed his own wife, the woman he actually loves more than you and just had 2 beautiful babies with. So give it up, Alyssa.
Wait a second, Tegan. Are you guys really that upset with me? Go ahead and take a chill pill, please. I'm sure that I might have been in the wrong somewhat today. But don't you feel it was a bit foolish of you to come to a wedding in nothing more than a hospital gown with that super exhausted expression on your face? Can we both just agree that we had gone a little too far with things today?
I can't believe it. You really are rotten to the core. And a freaking idiot.
What?
It was because of you that I had to come to the wedding today in nothing more than a hospital gown with my butt hanging out. So would you please, for God's sake, stop trying to blame me for something that you knew very well you were asking for. Trying to carry on with blaming me for something I did not do is just going to waste more of my time. I'm already pretty stressed out of my mind right now and my body is really aching, so just stop it. If you really enjoy making other people do crap for you all the time like that, then go find someone else to bully, please. I've had enough of you.
Wait a second, Tegan. Let's just both look past all of this and make up. I've apologized to you already, haven't I? So there's nothing else that should be a problem for you here. What else do you want me to do to get you to forgive me?
The fact that you even say things like that to me goes to show there's no other option but cutting ties to you.
What? Tegan!
Now, I really hope you enjoy the new life that you've got and created for yourself. You're never going to get to see your grandchildren, but that's all for the best. And of course, they are both my kids, so you would have never wanted to see them anyway, right?
Well, they also happen to be my son's kids. I am their grandma.
I will not allow my kids to meet anyone that thinks it's okay to bully their mom. And my husband happens to agree with me on that. Actually, we plan on making stories about how their grandma passed away this year to tell them as they get older. That way they'll never know who you are. Now goodbye forever, dickhead. I hope you enjoy getting old all by your lonesome. In the end, not only was I done with Alyssa for good, but my husband and Leah told her as well that they were cutting ties to her. She was then kicked out of the wedding and everyone else was able to get on with the after party. Alyssa wasn't even able to talk to her husband about any of what happened either because he stayed with everyone else to party instead of going with his wife. And soon after that day, it was heard that they are both talking about getting a divorce because her husband doesn't want to be around a monster that has ties cut by both of her own kids. Right now, myself and my husband have made sure not to talk with Alyssa anymore, and we've both gone ahead and blocked her number to make sure of that. And by doing that, a lot of weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and I no longer have to worry about any more texts coming in from that freak. All I care about now is raising my 2 babies and making sure that they get to grow up happy and healthy.
Hello, this is Bob, Xavier's father. Just wanted to say that I'm looking forward to meeting you tomorrow.
Hello, Bob. I was hoping to say all of this in person, but I'm Andrea, and it's very nice to meet you. I have to say that I wasn't expecting to hear from you, so thank you for reaching out to me. I've heard so much about you from Xavier.
Well, the reason that I'm reaching out to you like this in the first place is because I have some questions for you.
Some questions? Well, what kind of things were you wanting to ask? I'll answer them as best I can.
Very well then. My first question is, just what is it that attracts you to my son?
You want to know what it is that I see in Xavier?
Well, I'm sure that it has nothing to do with the rich family he comes from, right? And I'm certain that it also is completely separate from the fact that he's in line to take over the family business too, correct? Basically, I want to know that you're not just dating my son because of who he comes from and what he's in line to be.
Oh, I understand. No, sir, nothing like that is going on at all. In fact, until recently, I didn't even know that Xavier was in line to take over the company at all. But even after finding out about it, it didn't change the way I feel about him at all, so please don't worry about that.
I just hope that you can understand why I might be concerned about this. Coming from as much wealth as we do, there are lots of potential suitors out there that would marry into this family just for access to that power.
I completely understand why that might be something to worry about in your case. But if you're concerned about me marrying your son for the money, then I only hope my words are enough to make you think otherwise.
That remains to be seen, young lady.
I understand. But hopefully meeting tomorrow in person will help lay some of those worries to rest. Then you can make your judgment from there.
Well, we are already scheduled to meet tomorrow. I just hope that you don't let me down. You and my son will not be getting married without my say-so. I certainly hope that you understand that already.
I understand that completely, and again, I'm not marrying Xavier for any kind of ambitious reasons. So I want to assure you that you have nothing to worry about there. I just hope you realize all of this tomorrow.
So, tomorrow you're finally going to meet your fiancé's family, right? How are you feeling? Are you nervous or excited? Both?
Hey, Mac. Thanks for always checking in on me. It really does mean a lot.
Ha ha ha. I take that response to mean that someone must be a little nervous, right?
I actually just finished talking with Xavier's dad for a bit. I had no idea that his family would take this thing so seriously.
Well, it is their son getting married. Or do you mean take it seriously in another way?
Well, I know that Xavier's family run a business and all, but I feel like I'm getting ready for a job interview rather than just meeting my future in-laws. It isn't like I don't get where they're coming from, but I just wish his dad was a little less intense about all of this.
Right, yeah, I was wondering about that. I looked into them a bit and they're quite new to having money, so I'm sure they're extra guarded about who they let in.
Oh, don't you go justifying all of this for them now, too. That's just making me feel more pressure about all of this.
I'm sorry, but it seems like there is a bit of pressure on you already. I mean, do you think they're going to ask about your family? I just hope that once they understand who your dad is, that this solves everything.
I certainly hope so, but more than that, I want them to like me for who I am. I don't want to be relying on my dad for everything, especially not who I can marry.
I know what you mean, but to people like Xavier's dad, I bet these kinds of things are as much business as they are personal.
Well, you're probably right about that, to be honest.
Well, let me know if anything happens. Just don't forget that you do have people in your corner who want to be there for you.
Thanks a lot, Mac. That is really nice to hear. For now, just keep your fingers crossed that everything goes well for me tomorrow. Mac, are you there? Please, I need your help right now.
Wow, Andrea, is everything okay? Can you talk on the phone right now? What's the matter?
I'm on my way to the hospital right now. I want you to meet me there, and I want you to represent me as my lawyer.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Okay, I'll head your way.
I'll send you the address for the hospital and my room number soon.
I knew it. I knew that you were poor this whole time. And yet you had the nerve to try and get near my son? Just who do you think you are, huh? Did you really think I would let you waltz into this family?
Do you have any idea what it is that you've just done?
What are you talking about?
I mean, you do realize that you assaulted me, right? You invited me over to meet you as your son's fiancé, and then you hit me right in the face?
And just what else was I supposed to do when I found out that you were raised by a single father? Did you think that I was just going to not hit you in the face for that? Did you think I was just going to hand over Xavier to you? No, I knew that I would have to break up your marriage right then.
I still can't believe it. I've never seen anyone just act out the way that you did. If you just wanted Xavier and I to not get married, you should have said something. You didn't need to hit me.
And just why do you think you deserve a say in any of this? You're nobody who tried to get out of poverty the easy way by marrying into money. I know that you were only ever with my son because of who his family is. Did you really think that I would be so stupid as to not realize that?
If you don't like me, that's fine. And if you don't want me to marry your son, that's fine too.
And just what was your dad thinking? He's a bit crazy too, isn't he?
What are you talking about?
I mean, shouldn't he have tried to talk you out of this? You would think that at least your dad would be smart enough to know his place.
And just why would my father try and talk me out of marrying your son?
If your dad couldn't go to the bare minimum of trying to talk sense into his daughter, then I think I'm starting to get a really clear picture of just how stupid the both of you are.
So punching me in the face wasn't enough? You're still going to run your mouth and talk bad about my father? I'm sorry, but that just makes me angry.
Do you think I care at all about how some poor little nobody feels about what I do? I'm rich. I run my own business. Pissing little peons like you off is all just part of my job.
Oh, yes, I'm sure that you and I live in completely different worlds, the likes of which I could never understand. And I guess living in that world led you to act in ways that only make sense to you. But I'm afraid that you are going to regret this, Bob.
And just what is some girl raised by a poor single father going to be able to do to me? I already hit you in the face, so why can't you just get out of here?
Maybe you don't know this, but my father is an important real estate mogul.
Yeah, right. In your dreams.
You don't have to believe me if you don't want, but I've already told my dad all about what happened between us. Your company doesn't have much longer now.
Oh, really? You're still going to try and pretend like I believe this little lie of yours? You and your father are both nobodies who can do nothing to affect me in the slightest.
And just what do you have against people who were raised by single parents anyway, huh? My mother died when I was very little, and I know that my dad poured his heart and soul into raising me right. In fact, I think that my father is a much better man than you could ever hope to be.
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh?
You might think that I'm poor just because I only had one parent. But that parent started his own business, watched it grow, and is now one of the most powerful real estate people in the state. Surely you've heard of Carl Reeves, right? Well, he's my father, and if I'm not mistaken, one of your most important clients.
Enough already. This joke wasn't funny the first time, but now I'm getting sick of it. You and Carl Reeves are not related, and it's astounding to me that you think I would ever fall for that. In fact, I want to know just how you even knew we're business partners in the first place. You must have done your homework, huh?
And just what would I have to gain from lying to you about this? I've already agreed to break up with your son when I thought we would be getting married.
So then, you're telling the truth about all this?
That's right. And my father is furious with you. That's why he's selling all the stock of your company that he owns. You're about to be facing bankruptcy, and it is all your fault. This is what you get for putting people down when you know nothing about them. You don't know anything at all about how my dad raised me.
Wait, Hold on just a minute. You're really being serious with all this? You're really Carl's daughter?
And just why is that so hard to believe, huh? You seriously need to get over yourself and learn not to judge based on appearance. I was so close to marrying your son, and it would have brought your and my father's company closer together, but now none of that is happening. It was too easy for my father to cancel his contracts with a tiny company like yours. He has 1,000 other companies who would all love to take your place. I told you not to worry about me being after your family's money, and now you know why. My family always had way more money than yours ever did.
Wait, no, this can't be happening. Well, if what you're telling me is true, then I'm so sorry for the way I acted. But it's clear now that this was all just one big misunderstanding. I hope you can forgive me.
Oh, just shut up. It is way too late for any of that now. You brought all of this on yourself, and there is no way out of it. I told you that I would make you pay for this.
Wait, no, please, come on. It was just an honest mistake, really. I had no idea that there were single parents who were rich too. I should have looked more into you. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm glad you didn't. Thanks to that, I know exactly the kind of person that you are, and I feel glad that I got out when I did. In fact, if you knew who I really was, you probably would have been eager to have your son marry me so that you could have my family's money.
But, please, you have to forgive me. I'll even let you marry Xavier.
Do you really think that's what I want now?
What do you mean?
I mean that I don't want to marry your son any more than I want to keep talking to you. Besides, the engagement has already been called off. And if you think that anyone, including me, is going to want me to stay with the man whose father punched me in the face, you've got another thing coming. Maybe next time you should do a little homework before you act out like that. But that's all that I really have to say to you now.
Please, no! I made a mistake and I'm really sorry for it. I didn't mean for any of this to happen at all. Can't we just go back to the way things were?
That's not going to happen. I am never going to give Xavier a second chance again. And I already have a close friend of mine who's a lawyer looking into suing you for assaulting me.
Wait, no. You can't be serious.
Oh, I am. And soon your company and your life will both come crumbling down around you.
But you can't do all of this. Please, you have to forgive me. I'm begging you here.
And I am telling you that it's way too late for any of this. You hit me in the face and sent me to the hospital. I'm here getting looked at right now, in fact.
But I didn't even hit you that hard. Surely you're just over-exaggerating.
We'll see who's over-exaggerating in court now, won't we? But I'm sure any jury is just so eager to pardon a man who punched a lady in the face. You're through, you pathetic pig. Even Xavier tried coming to me to apologize and said that he never wanted to talk to you again.
Wait, why would he say something like that? Doesn't he know I was just trying to protect the family?
To him, you were doing nothing but finding excuses for your own violent behavior.
But then I'll have nothing. No business, no money, no family. What am I supposed to do?
You did this to yourself, Bob. You hit me in the face to try and prove a point, but you were never going to get away with this. Even if I wasn't rich, thanks to my dad, you're still not above the law, and you can't just assault people for being poor.
But that doesn't mean you have to sue me. I learned my lesson, and it'll never, ever, ever happen again. Isn't that enough for you?
I'm afraid it won't be enough until I see everything that made you into the person who thought you could treat other people like that, stripped away from you. You need to remember what it's like to be one of the common people, and I will see that that happens. See you in court, Bob. In the end, Andrea's father only needed to make a couple of phone calls and the fate of Bob's company was sealed. It had declared bankruptcy within the week with no chance of recovery. Bob was left by his wife and Xavier was still refusing to talk to him. When Bob had his day in court, he had it all alone. After the trial was done, my dad swooped in and bought Bob's defunct business, breathing new life into it and saving it from closing down. My dad installed himself as the head of the company as his own way of getting back at Bob. Although it's fair to say that Bob brought all of this upon himself and has no one to blame but himself. Kennedy, could it be you're planning to come tomorrow? Huh? Kathy? Of course I'll be there. After all, it's my own brother's wedding. Why? Is there a problem? Oh, I just thought it might be hard for you to handle. I mean, after all, you have feelings for Carter, right? I can't help but think seeing Carter and me getting married might be a little too much for you to bear. What? No way. Carter is my brother, and as his sister, I'm genuinely happy for his happiness. Why would that be hard? You don't have to act so tough. You can be honest with me. It's only natural, right? I mean, Carter is tall, handsome, and incredibly kind. And let's not forget, he's a doctor. A guy with high status like that, of course you'd be head over heels for him. No, like I said, I respect him, but I don't have any romantic feelings for him. He's family. Then why did you skip out on the family gathering when he introduced me as his fiancée? You were hurt, weren't you? You couldn't bear it. Case closed. Wait a second. That was because you suddenly changed the date, Kathy. It wasn't planned. I would have attended without any issues if it had been on the original day. Oh, so cold and unfeeling, aren't you? Fine, have it your way. But listen, don't come to the wedding, okay? You'll just be in the way. To keep things peaceful, it's better if we don't have to deal with each other. Understand? What? You can't just say something like that out of nowhere. Oh, excuse me? Are you saying the bride's wishes don't matter? Look, Carter is my brother too. He specifically asked me to be there. I've made arrangements to come despite my own busy schedule. If you keep pushing like this, I might just have to mention your behavior to him, you know? Wow, talk about rude. No concern for the bride, huh? You know what? Fine. But just know I'm going to make sure you regret showing up. On the day, I'll make sure to wake you up from whatever ridiculous fantasy you're living in. What on earth is your problem? I never realized you were this kind of person. Unbelievable. So, have you realized your place now? Go on, leave already. What on earth are you doing? Throwing wine on me out of nowhere? The stain on this dress won't come out. Now, thanks to you, I have to go back to the waiting room. Oh, such a cute little dress, too. What a shame it got ruined. But I guess now it matches your face. Excuse me? What did you just say? Oh, I'm just shocked. I can't believe my doctor of a husband has such an ugly, hideous sister. With a face like that, maybe you should keep it hidden behind your hair all the time. But now at least I understand perfectly. You're in love with your brother, aren't you? Huh? How many times do I have to tell you that's not true? Stop lying already. I saw you with him. I saw it with my own eyes. You were walking down the street together holding hands like a couple just last week. It's gross. You're such a creepy brother-obsessed freak. What? Oh, I get it. Since no one else would want someone with a face like yours, you're trying to cling to your brother, pretending you're his girlfriend, huh? It's such a nuisance, especially to me, his wife, so stop acting like that already. You seem to be very mistaken about a lot of things, but first I'd like an apology for what you did with the wine. No matter how much you think you're the star today, what you did was absolutely unacceptable. Why should I apologize? I just cleaned up some trash that was ruining my wedding, that's all. Now, get out of here, you disgusting monster with those ugly burn scars. A filthy little freak like you doesn't belong at a beautiful event like this. Leave already.
Yeah, you're right about that. People who don't belong should leave immediately. And that would be you, Kathy.
Huh? Who is this?
It's Carter. I'm typing this now in place of Kennedy.
No way. This isn't real.
Oh, it's real. You've seriously hurt my sister. The wedding is off. I don't want to see your face ever again.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Exactly what I just said. I'm going to apologize to the guests now. As for you, get changed and leave. We'll discuss the rest on another day.
Are you serious? Wait, listen to me. You have to hear my side of the story. Hey, Carter, wait!
Kennedy, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry I left early. It was supposed to be your wedding day.
What are you talking about? I'm the one who should be apologizing. I can't believe I got fooled by a woman like that, even if she was introduced by a friend. She probably just came after my status as a doctor. I will never forgive her for hurting my family. You don't need to worry, just rest up.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Stop apologizing like that. If anything, it's my fault this all happened. I'm truly sorry for everything, especially back then.
Carter, I'm fine. Knowing you're divorcing Kathy makes me feel relieved. And now I finally understand I don't need to hold back anymore.
Really? I'm not sure I fully get it, but don't push yourself too hard, okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Kathy, stop messaging my sister. It's getting out of hand and you're seriously bothering her. And just so you know, I've seen everything you've sent. I've read it all. You're disgusting, Kathy. Is this the real you?
Wait, what? I only messaged her because you weren't responding. I was just checking with her. Don't make it sound so bad.
Are you serious? Do you even understand what's going on? You were so good at pretending, weren't you? You had me, my parents, all of us fooled.
Okay, sure, maybe I was putting on my best face, but don't you think this is going too far? First you cancel the wedding, and now you're talking about divorce out of nowhere.
Of course, I can't marry someone who can't respect my family. How can I possibly build a family with someone like that?
It wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, it was just a joke, or maybe you could call it a warning. Yeah, that's it, a little warning. I mean, come on, Kennedy's obviously has feelings for you. She's totally in love with you, Carter.
What are you even saying? That makes no sense.
Oh, don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. I saw you two together. You and Kennedy walking hand in hand, all cozied up like you were a couple. A week ago in the middle of the city, how can you deny that? It was sickening. She's such a clingy little freak. Ugh, it must be so exhausting for you to put up with her all the time, huh? You're too nice for your own good. Honestly, it's a shame you have to deal with such an ugly monster of a sister.
What the hell did you just say? Don't push it. You've said enough. Are you talking about that day we were in the city? Yeah, Kennedy and I were out shopping together. You want to know why? She got burned in an accident, and ever since then she's had issues with her balance. Her vision is impaired and she can't walk steadily in crowded places.
Wait, what?
Yeah, in a busy area she tends to stumble, so I held her hand to support her. Sometimes I even have to hold her by the shoulder if the situation calls for it to make sure she doesn't fall. We've all been doing that for her, my whole family, ever since she got burned.
Your whole family? So I just happened to see one of those times you were helping her?
Exactly. Is that enough to clear up your little theory? Instead of jumping to conclusions, you could have just asked me, but no, you had to twist things in your head, and worse, you decided to insult my sister. You even threw wine on her dress. Seriously, what were you thinking?
I didn't know. I mean, I thought...
That's the problem. You just assumed things and acted like it was the truth. And because of your baseless assumptions, you went and hurt Kennedy. You humiliated her. How do you expect me to feel about that? And didn't I already tell you about her accident and the burn scars?
Well, you did, but I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I was shocked when I saw her in person. I wasn't expecting, that.
That? Are you even listening to yourself right now? You called her a monster. You threw wine on her in front of everyone. And you think that's okay? You're the one who's disgusting, Kathy, not her.
I just panicked. I thought I was losing my husband to his own sister. Isn't that a normal fear for a wife? It's not unheard of for the in-laws to gang up on the wife, right? So, yeah, maybe I got scared and acted out a little, but that's normal.
That's enough. I don't care what your excuse is. You went too far. You're gonna pay for the wedding costs and for Kennedy's dress. End of discussion.
Wait, Carter, please. You have to hear me out. You're not being fair at all. This is so one-sided. Don't you think that's a little cruel?
Cruel? No, I don't think so. After everything that's happened, I see your true colors. I don't want to be with someone like you. It's over, Kathy.
What? You can't just end it like this. We were so close to getting married. How can you just throw all of that away? Oh, Kathy? What's going on? What do you mean, what's going on? Are you seriously having fun ruining my life? You better explain yourself right now. That essay you wrote, the one that went viral on social media, it's about my wedding, isn't it? This Kennedy in the essay, that's you, right? How dare you write about me without my permission? Oh, you read it? Oh, that's a bit surprising. Of course I read it. You're telling me that all this time you were this so-called genius essayist that's admired by young readers? You? I didn't even realize it, but the story about the burn scar on the face matches perfectly with you. So you've been following my essays but didn't connect the dots until now? Interesting. How could I have known that a famous person like you was right under my nose this whole time? But that's not the point. Thanks to you, my social media account is being completely bombarded. I'm getting harassed every single day. Oh, really? Well, that's probably because you kept commenting things like, it's all lies and she should disappear under the essay using your own account, right? You basically exposed yourself. My readers easily found out who you were and then, well, they connected the dots. So really, you kind of did this to yourself. I thought if I just criticized it hard enough, people would stop caring about it. That's where you underestimated the situation. If you read the essay carefully, you'd know I shared the story about how I got these burn scars. It happened when I was a kid at my grandmother's house. I wasn't paying attention and bumped into Carter, who was carrying something. I fell face first into a hot brazier, and it left permanent burn scars on my face. Carter blamed himself for years. He kept saying it was all his fault for not being careful enough. That's part of why he became a doctor, to find a way to help me remove these scars. That's exactly what was in the essay. I didn't realize that was all true. I never blamed Carter for the accident, but he's carried that guilt with him all these years. 2 years ago, I got angry at him and told him he should stop worrying about me and just focus on living his own life. I wanted him to pursue his own happiness, but, well, I guess it backfired a bit. He was so stressed out and vulnerable, and that's probably how someone like you managed to manipulate him. What are you talking about? I didn't know any of this. How could I have known? Because I specifically told Carter not to share the story with anyone. I knew he'd keep blaming himself if he talked about it, but whether you knew or not, it doesn't excuse how you treated me. You mocked my appearance, you called me names, you even threw wine on me during your wedding. That was uncalled for. Oh, come on, it was just a joke, a little teasing. You need to lighten up if you want to survive in this world. It's not about what you thought it was, it's about how it made me feel. You never considered how your words or actions would affect me, did you? The wine you threw on me, that's assault, and the comments you made on social media, that's defamation. So I'm going to be requesting compensation for that as well. Wait, don't be so dramatic. We're family now. You can't seriously be thinking about taking this to court, can you? Carter's filing for divorce, so no, we're not family. And yes, assaulting someone by throwing wine at them and publicly defaming them online are both serious offenses. Are you kidding me? Who do you think you are? You're seriously going to ruin my life like this? Drag me down to the lowest point just because I made a joke? Is it because of those scars on your face? Is that why you're such a bitter person? You're aware that Carter has been reading these messages too, right? And yet you're still behaving this way. It's clear you haven't learned anything. So yes, I'll proceed with the legal actions. Make sure you're prepared to pay for everything. Wait, no, please, can't we talk this out? You're taking this too far. I can't handle all this. My life is going to be ruined if you do this. Come on, please, let's just talk this over. Goodbye, Kathy. Are you okay, Kathy? Seriously, you crashed your bike into the garage yourself. Are you out of your mind? It looked like you tried to run into me with your bike. What were you even thinking? Oh, please, it's your fault for not avoiding me. You were deliberately aiming for my blind spot, weren't you? You knew I couldn't see you coming. Are you kidding me? I am visually impaired, so my hearing is my main sense. I heard the sound of your bike speeding towards me and thought, oh no, so I tried to move out of your way, but of course your reckless riding led you to crash into the garage. I even called an ambulance for you, so you should be grateful for that instead of blaming me. And don't mess with me. The landlord is going to charge me for the garage repairs. The medical bills from my broken bones are going to cost a fortune, and I don't have that kind of money. What am I supposed to do now? So why did you go out of your way to do something so stupid? It was total self-sabotage. You really didn't think this through, did you? Because if I didn't do something drastic, you wouldn't learn your lesson, would you? You need to experience some pain to understand the consequences of your actions. Think before you act. You're being such an idiot. You could have seriously hurt yourself or someone else. An idiot? You're calling me an idiot? The moment you found yourself in a favorable position, you got cocky and careless. I'm not in any favorable position. Nothing has changed from the beginning. You were the one who misjudged the situation and went on a rampage, right? By the way, I've been curious about something regarding you. Huh? What is it? I've been wondering why you were so suspicious of the relationship between Carter and me. I met your parents recently when they came to apologize for something, and I also met your brother during that time. Wait, when did that happen? I spoke to your brother. He kind of resembles my brother in a way, which is why I approached him to talk. So, what are you trying to say by bringing that up? What are you implying? You had romantic feelings for your brother, didn't you? That's why you were so harsh on your brother's fiancée and continued to harass her. I hear you were even moved by your brother's feelings. No, that's not true. Why would I ever do something like that? Your brother told me. You obviously wanted to monopolize his private time and felt jealous of my relationship with him. You didn't hesitate to invade his privacy or even take secret photos of him. Wait, that's... So you were looking at my relationship with my brother with unnecessary suspicion while feeling jealous at the same time. It's because my brother and I had such a good relationship that you felt that way. Shut up, just shut up! Why are you the only one benefiting from this situation? You are so lucky, it's completely unfair. Are you satisfied looking down on me like that? I don't meddle in other people's relationships. You're free to love whoever you want, after all. If you want to be mad at someone, be mad at yourself. Shut up! You took my happiness away and you dare to say that? If you weren't here, I could have gotten married. It's all your fault. What? You're the one who ruined Carter's wedding, aren't you? How dare you? Did you think about Carter's feelings? He told me he wanted to make you happy while laughing. He was trying to make sure that you and I could get along. I didn't know anything about that. If I didn't know, then it's not my fault. Well, now you know. My parents, who couldn't attend the marriage meeting because of me, told me to not hesitate and shared everything they discussed with you, including your hobbies and preferences. You trampled on their feelings with your actions. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I just got a message from the owner about the garage damage. What message? The security cameras captured you crashing into me with your bike. I could have settled this with a simple agreement until now, but congratulations, you're officially now a criminal. No way. Are you serious? Yes, I'm filing a police report. Wait, not just compensation, but now I'll have a criminal report? This is impossible. I'm about to quit my job to get married and I don't have any income. Plus, if I get a criminal record, I'll never be able to get a job again. Well, good luck with that. You've made your choices and now you have to face the consequences. Wait, give me a chance. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. It was a mistake. I can't accept that. Don't worry, I will write about this whole incident in my essay. I'll describe what kind of person you are, what you did, and how you think. You have nowhere to run now, and everyone will know. No! You can't do this to me! Even someone like you, who has their head in the clouds and thinks everything is rosy, seems to have woken up now. Good morning. Are your eyes open now? Do you finally understand the situation you're in? What do you mean? I don't understand. You're just making things worse. You think this is making things worse? No, this is a reality check. You need to realize that your actions have consequences, and now you have to deal with them. I'm not going to let you get away with this. Why are you doing this? I thought we could find a way to work things out. Work things out? You mean after you tried to sabotage everything? No, you crossed a line and I'm not going to let it slide. You need to learn that there are repercussions for your behavior and I will make sure of it. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I just wanted to make you understand. Understand what? That you can do whatever you want without thinking of the consequences? That's not how life works, Kathy. You can't just crash into people's lives and expect them to clean up your mess without facing any backlash. I thought I was doing the right thing. I wanted to make you see how you were hurting Carter. And by hurting me, you thought you were helping Carter? That is twisted logic, Kathy. You need to take a hard look at yourself and realize that your way of thinking is deeply flawed. This isn't fair. You're ruining my life. Your life is in your hands, Kathy. You made choices that brought you here. Now it's time for you to take responsibility for those choices. Please don't do this. I'll do anything. Anything? Really? Prove it. Start by owning up to your mistakes and facing the consequences like an adult instead of running away or making excuses. I can't. I'm scared. You should be. You've put yourself in a position where you have to face the truth. It's time to grow up, Kennedy. The report of the damages was officially accepted, and as a result, Kathy found herself burdened with a substantial amount of liability for the harm she had caused. It was determined that her actions were extremely malicious, leading to her being recognized as a convicted felon. This label would undoubtedly follow her for a long time, affecting her life and prospects in ways she might not fully comprehend at this moment. After the divorce proceedings concluded, it seemed that Kathy was desperately searching for a job. Unfortunately, her efforts to secure stable employment were met with constant challenges and barriers. In a world where job opportunities are often tied to reputation and social standing, being a convicted felon carries a significant stigma. Despite her attempts to present herself positively, she struggled to find employment that would provide her with the financial stability she so desperately needed. Eventually, she resorted to working in the entertainment industry, doing things like pleasing men for money and such. While some might find this line of work to be an opportunity for personal reinvention, for Kathy, it felt more like a forced decision born out of desperation rather than a choice made freely. However, her characteristic hysterical tendencies did not serve her well in this new environment. Her inability to manage her emotions effectively led to her having a major confrontation with a customer one evening. This altercation escalated quickly, turning from a minor disagreement into a full-blown argument that drew the attention of other patrons in the establishment. What began as a simple misunderstanding spiraled out of control, showcasing the volatility of her emotional state. This conflict escalated to the point where it involved the police, resulting in her being expelled from the establishment where she was employed. The staff and management, eager to maintain order and a positive atmosphere, had no choice but to remove her from the premises. It was a humiliating experience for her, and it undoubtedly compounded her feelings of shame and regret. Currently, it appears that she's managing to scrape by with temporary jobs, living a life marked by difficulties and instability. On the other hand, I have been receiving treatment at the hospital run by my brother, Carter. He's been my primary source of support during this challenging time. Recently, I've noticed that my scars are becoming less pronounced, which brings me immense joy. This progress is significant for me, as each small improvement feels like a hard-won victory against the memories of pain and trauma that have haunted me. Not only am I happy about this progress, but Carter too was moved to tears, expressing his happiness for me in a way that only a caring sibling could. He said I can finally make amends, while reflecting on the pain he felt in the past as he watched me struggle. His journey alongside mine has been one of shared suffering, but also of healing. However, I took the opportunity to remind him that instead of focusing solely on atonement and past mistakes, he should prioritize finding a good woman to share his life with. I wanted him to know that while helping me was important, he also deserved happiness and companionship. He responded with an embarrassed smile, saying, "I'm sorry," clearly taken aback by my suggestion. It was a moment that highlighted the complex dynamic between us, his protective nature mixed in with the reality that he too needed to focus on his own happiness. Now I find myself contemplating whether to introduce him to someone through my connections, as I'm a bit worried about it. On one hand, I want him to be happy and fulfilled in his personal life, but on the other, I wonder if it might be better for him to take some time to himself first. After everything he's done for me, I want to ensure that he's ready for a relationship, as entering one without proper healing could lead to more complications and emotional distress. Perhaps it's acceptable for things to remain as they are for a little while longer. There's something to be said for the importance of time and healing in any situation. In the meantime, I continue to heal and rebuild my life. My treatment has been effective, and I can feel a shift within myself, both physically and emotionally. With each passing day, I gain a deeper understanding of my own resilience and the strength that comes from facing adversity. Every small improvement feels like a significant victory. Each time I see my reflection, the scars remind me of my struggles, but they are becoming less of a burden. In their place, I feel a growing sense of hope and determination. I realize that healing is not just about the physical aspect, it also involves a mental and emotional journey that takes time and effort. Carter has always been supportive, and his role as my brother and protector has been a source of comfort during this challenging period. I think about how much we've both been through and how important it is to have someone who understands your pain. His unwavering presence has been instrumental in helping me navigate the complexities of recovery. We've shared laughter and tears, moments of joy and sorrow, but through it all, we've remained a steadfast support system for one another. Kathy's life choices may have led her down a dark path, but I can't help but feel a sense of compassion for her. During the hurt that she has caused and the pain she inflicted upon others, I know that she too is a victim of her circumstances. Her inability to manage her emotions has pushed her into situations that she couldn't control, and it's led her to make choices that, in hindsight, may not have been her best interest. I wonder if there's a way for her to find redemption, just as I'm trying to do in my own way. As I reflect on our lives, I recognize that the road to healing is often filled with obstacles. It's a journey that requires strength, resilience, and sometimes a little guidance from those who care. I feel grateful for Carter's presence and support as I navigate through my own struggles. His happiness matters to me, and I hope he finds fulfillment beyond just his responsibilities to others. I think about the future and how it may hold both challenges and opportunities for growth. Perhaps Kathy will eventually find her way back to a more stable and fulfilling life. Change is often a gradual process, and I want to believe that with time, she may have the chance to learn from her mistakes and move forward in a healthier direction. Ultimately, I understand that life is about finding balance, whether it's between seeking personal happiness and being there for family, or between pursuing one's ambitions and dealing with past mistakes. It's crucial to strike that balance. As I continue to heal, I realize that it's essential for both of us to pursue our paths, even if they diverge from time to time. Carter's journey may look different from mine, and that's perfectly okay. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to healing and happiness. Each of us has our own unique experiences that shape our perspectives and desires. I want to support him in finding his own way, even if it means stepping back for a moment to allow him the space he needs. The thoughts of the future loom over me, filled with uncertainty, but also potential. With each day that passes, I feel a renewed sense of hope. I want to see Kathy do well, but I also want to ensure that Carter doesn't lose himself in the process of helping others. It's a delicate balance, and I find myself constantly reevaluating what it means to be supportive without sacrificing my own well-being or that of my loved ones. Perhaps soon I'll take the initiative to contact Carter with someone who aligns with his values and aspirations. I want him to experience the joys of companionship and the support that a loving relationship can provide. For now, I'll cherish this time of healing and focus on building a brighter future for myself and those I love. In the end, what matters most is that we all strive for happiness, however that may look for each individual. As I think of my own journey, I realize that it's not just about recovery, it's about rediscovering who I am beyond the trauma. I've always had dreams and ambitions that were put on hold during my struggles, and now it feels like the right time to begin pursuing them again. I want to immerse myself in activities that bring me joy and fulfillment, to reconnect with my passions and explore new avenues of growth. With each passing day, I am learning more about myself and the strength I possess. I refuse to allow my past to dictate my future. Instead, I choose to embrace the opportunities that lie ahead, no matter how daunting they may seem. It's a time of rebuilding, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually as well. I also think about the relationships in my life, those that uplift me and those that have held me back. It's important to surround myself with positive influences that encourage my growth. I want to foster connections that inspire and motivate me to reach my full potential. As I continue to heal, I realize that I want to be an inspiration to others as well. I want my journey to serve as a testament to the power of resilience and the possibility of change. There is a beauty in the struggle, and I hope to share that with anyone who might be facing their own challenges. I want to encourage others to seek help, to lean on their support systems, and to find their own paths to healing. In contemplating Kathy's situation, I also recognize the importance of forgiveness. While her actions may have hurt me and others, holding on to anger or resentment will only hinder my own healing process. I want to cultivate a sense of understanding, knowing that everyone has their battles and demons to face. I can only hope that one day she'll find her way back to a healthier path, just as I'm working on my own journey of recovery. Forgiveness is a powerful tool, and I want to embrace it fully, both for myself and for those who have wronged me. It's not about condoning the hurtful actions, rather it's about releasing the hold that past grievances have on my present. I know that forgiving Kathy does not mean I forget the pain she caused, but it allows me to move forward without being shackled by negativity. I hear that your fiancé wants to get married to me now? Sorry that you had to get caught up between all of our love. But now you can see that you have no place by his side anymore and that it is reserved only for me, right? You really are the worst. This is all it's just unbelievable. Tomorrow we had plans to have our wedding with all our family and friends invited to it. Why would you do something like this? Don't you feel sorry for me, your longtime friend? No, I don't. And I was only able to do this because Alan no longer wants to get married to you anymore. I heard that he really thought of you as a good girlfriend this whole time and all, but wanted someone else to be his wife. Something about how you're not interesting enough to keep around forever. That's why in the end he's going to be with me over you, and I will become the one who shares his last name. This kind of timing, though. You guys had to have done more with one another before today, right? He and I did so much together, all in order to get this wedding put together. Why would he do that if he knew he never wanted to marry me? I'm sure he just chose this kind of timing in order to make it clear to you that he doesn't want you anymore. This was all his plan, after all. He told me he dreamed of doing something like this one day. What the heck? By the way, what part have you been playing in all of this? Are you saying that you just let me think that he was going to marry me when you knew something else was going on? I thought you were my friend this whole time. What? You're asking me what part I've been playing? Oh, don't make me laugh. I was having a blast watching you fall deeply in love with Alan without ever knowing his true intentions. I have been looking forward to this day for a while now. So this whole time that I've been dating Alan, working with Alan, making plans with Alan, you've stood by my side laughing at me behind my back? Yeah, that's absolutely right. You went and helped out Alan's job a lot, and because of that, he's now on track to making it big in this world. He has all kinds of accomplishments now, and soon he'll have all kinds of money flowing in for me to use. And when that company comes from his papa later on, oh boy, will I be able to do whatever the hell I want. Thank you so much for working your butt off like that in order to make our lives better. Now I'll finally be able to take my place as his wife and live freely with all his money. No frickin' way. Hey, tell me something. On those days that Alan was coming home late from work and would have to go on those short business trips, was he with you during those days? Were you both going out on dates and such and sleeping together? We sure are. You are 100% correct, actually. In order to meet with me, he'd set aside some time by lying to you about being at work still or having to leave town for a bit. And while he was out having fun with me in a physical way, you'd still be working your butt off in order to push him ahead. You know, I said thank you to him for tricking you into doing all of that for us while he was still on me. You're such a sad soul. I see. So I've been getting played by the both of you this whole time then. Oh, don't worry about it, okay? You still have a place to sleep today and tomorrow, all right? For both days, in order to have a place to stay, we got you a VIP suite in this hotel. Consider that the very least we could do in order to say thanks to you. We got this massive room together for you where you can relax and think about what you'll do next with yourself. So please, go and forget all these terrible memories from today and have as much fun as a single loser like yourself can have there. What the actual heck? You're just talking about the room that he and I had planned on staying in after our wedding tomorrow. It's the same room I'm going to be heading to right now. Bingo! And now you can stay there all by yourself. He and I will be getting a different place to stay now, so you won't have to worry about us. Oh, and if you feel like it's too big for you to enjoy on your own, there's a bar downstairs where I'm sure you can pick up a desperate man. You are such a jerk, Mila.
Now that you've heard everything from her, I can say that I am making Mila my wife now. You can go ahead and forget about me now and go find a happy life of your own.
Alan, after all you'd done with me, this is the way you wanted to end things? By taking the hand of my best friend behind my back?
There was no other choice, all right? Mila happens to be both sexy and cute. When she came to me flirting, there was no way a man like myself could turn her away. You're pretty good-looking yourself, but I mean, you have no personality at all, and that sucks.
What? What do you mean by that?
Perhaps I should be saying you're too good of a kid. You do all your chores perfectly, and all of your cooking is the best. In bed, you're very quiet and reserved, but to a man, that is just boring. After being with you for a bit, I got tired of the same old from you. Understand?
So that's how you've always thought of me? But if that was the case, then why didn't you leave me sooner? Why would you choose now to show me your true feelings?
She was asking me to make this breakup leave lasting memories for you. So when you think about it that way, this was the best timing to leave you with some wild memories, right? That's why this worked out perfectly for both her and I. And when it comes to her, we've already met one another's family and are totally ready to get married. I know I made up some lies in order to not meet with your family at all, and this is the reason why. So, there you go.
No way, Alan. How could you do something so...
Thinking of something like this is just like her, right? And now that you're aware of things, go ahead and enjoy that VIP suite all by yourself. Tomorrow, her and I will be taking over the wedding plans and having one of our own. Let's all have a freaking blast then!
For some reason, you are completely screwed in the head, Alan. I overlooked that, I guess. but now it doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm going to do as I please, just like you've asked me to. This dress that I have on for the wedding today looks so freaking good on my slim-waisted body. Originally, you would be the one wearing this dress today, right? Sorry for stealing your husband, who just so happens to be the son of a CEO, away from you the day before your wedding. His papa's going to be paying $300,000 for this wedding, so even a loser like you should come here and see it. I want you to see what an all-natural and sexy woman looks like in this dress. Oh, so you haven't had a look at the news yet? What? What was on the news? Does anything that was on there have to do with what I'm talking about now? Oh, well, if you don't think anything on the news has to do with your wedding today, then so be it. Please, go ahead with that affluent wedding you've put together today. Huh? What's going on here? Are you going to be a sore loser about this now? Please, come out to the wedding today so you can view what a real woman looks like in this wedding dress. I've really enjoyed staying in this VIP suite you guys prepared for me and had a wonderful breakfast while thinking some things over. But I don't think I'm going to stay another night here, so I'm heading home. Once I have everything together, I'll give you a shout. What? So you're not coming to the wedding then? I know you're playing tough right now, but I can tell how much you've been crying. You poor thing. I'll make sure to send you the pictures from today's wedding later, especially those of my perfect body in this little tight dress. Please look forward to them, okay? Sure, I will. I'm really looking forward to hearing your sob story later on as well when the time comes. Did you know about all of this? What the hell is going on here? Answer your phone right now. Things aren't as bad as you probably think they are right now, so calm down. I don't have the ability to see the future myself, but I know that things aren't going to end with you dying or anything like that soon. And as for the company, I'm not really sure what's going to be happening with it now, after, you know. And you couldn't have expected me to know that the CEO was both embezzling and evading his taxes that whole time, right? That's the thing, though. You had to have known. What the hell is going to happen now because of that? I finally took a look at the news, like you said. There's been this massive scandal that just got uncovered at the company? Right. I was just as shocked as you are now when I saw that. When I was having breakfast this morning in the room, I saw that story come on the news and I lost my appetite. All I could think about was how this would play a major problem in your guys' marriage. Does this mean that $300,000 wedding you're supposed to have now just vanished? You're lying, right? We already had the wedding and are now preparing for the after party. I started to call Alan's papa about this to see what was going on, but he never answered me and his voicemail box is full. And right now, as I'm texting you, I can hear people murmuring about how something bad has happened. I'm so sorry for what you've been dragged into. Really sucks, doesn't it? You finally got your chance to marry the son of a very wealthy CEO, yet that company is close to falling apart, so there wasn't really any meaning to marrying him after all. But you're his wife now, right? Which means as his wife, you're going to have to be there to support both him and his parents. Good luck to the both of you as a newlywed couple. There is no way this can be happening. You knew all about this before today. Like I was saying, I can't see into the future. Therefore, I had no idea this was going to be happening today. How would I have known? You were the ones who wanted to get married, right? I was never a part of the plan in Alan's world, so it's up to you now to try and survive. Good luck!
Sarah, have you been doing all right? I just wanted to say, this has to do with what's been happening to us here. You know what I'm talking about, right? Right now I'm mentally destroyed by what's happened. To think that my father would be someone who'd do that.
Are you just wanting to text me now to talk about how you're feeling? I don't care about you at all, so...
Don't say something as heartless as that, Sarah. I've been thinking about you a lot now. I think that I need to get back together with you now. I want to get back together with you. I can finally see that I've needed you by my side this whole time.
Congratulations on that realization. But I realized I never needed someone like you by mine, so could you stop talking to me for the rest of time now? I don't like the fact that you're only coming back to me now after realizing your situation has gone crappy.
Don't say things like that. You had always been there to help me out, right?
And that was because back then I really believed that you had loved me and wanted to spend the rest of your life with me. But you ended up choosing Mila over me, right? Which means I no longer want anything to do with you now.
Stop holding that kind of a grudge against me. I'm telling you now that you're the one for me and always have been, right? Shouldn't you want to just come back and be at my side again? I honestly still do love you and want to make you my wife.
I really freaking hate idiots like you who think they can just change how they feel about people on the dot. I already found you a dang disgrace by going out with one of my best friends behind my back, but now this crap? Cut it out thinking that you mean anything to me right now at all.
It couldn't be helped, though, right? She's such a sexy woman that it was hard to look away from her. It's not my fault that you're not very fun to be with, so how about you take some of the blame for it?
If that's how you thought of me, then you should have left me when you found her and never bothered with me again, right? Why did you think it was okay to cheat on me with her and get away with it?
Because you were always there to help out with my job in all kinds of ways. I would never have to say anything because you'd always have food ready for me right when I felt hungry, and you'd always have the bath ready for me when I came home. But when I had to start living with her, I realized that not all women can do the things you could. She's useless.
Well, that's how that girl always seemed to me. She hates doing things like chores and would always tell me about how she'd have others do them for her.
The only thing worthwhile about her is her looks and nothing else. She hasn't even tried coming around to help me with my work any.
I think most people don't want to help others with their work unless there is something in it for them.
Then why were you always helping me out with mine?
That's because as your lover, I wanted to see you succeed in life. I knew that you were already trying your best to achieve your goals and that you wanted to get to the top as fast as you could. That, Alan, made me want to help you and get you to live those dreams.
So you thought about my work and me that way? I'll do my best again, all right? I will never let you run away from me again. I'll put all my effort back into work and make it to the top like you wanted to see me do. So would you please come back to me?
I have no reason to accept that blood-covered invitation from you. I am over you now and will never be coming back. Also, the way you handled things was just screwed up. You went and came out about how you had been cheating on me with another woman, my friend, the day before our wedding. And you both sat there enjoying the pain that I was in, stating that it was all a part of her plan that you just went along with. I am not some weak woman who would want to go back to an abuser like you. What you did to me really opened my eyes to the kind of trash you both are. Being in that VIP suite helped me settle down and look forward towards my own future.
What the heck? Why won't you come back? You were so in love with me before and should be at my door right now.
That's because back then I trusted that you loved me as much as I loved you. But in reality, that couldn't have been farther from the truth. I never thought that the man I wanted to make my husband would be the kind of disgusting filth that puts his hands on his fiancé's friend behind her back and later tells her about it right before their big day.
I'm sorry. I'm apologizing for that now, so...
I don't need your empty apologies anymore. What I want is a settlement paid off by the both of you. You'll make sure to pay me every penny that I'm owed, right?
What? Wait, I can't pay you a settlement. Did you not hear about what happened from Mila? The wedding cost close to $300,000, and my father's company is going to collapse now after the news. If we both have to pay you a settlement after both of those things...
I didn't hear about any of that from her, but that's what I assumed was going to happen. But those two things have nothing to do with me and the settlements I'm asking for. I want you both to pay me for the damages you've caused. That's all I ask. And if it takes time for you to do so, then so be it.
You can't do that to us. Hold on a second. This is the whole reason why I want you to come back to me now. So please, don't talk about some settlement.
I have no plans of ever going back to you again. Now that you're 110% aware of that, or at least should be, don't ever come wanting to talk to me again. I'm getting myself a lawyer, and you'll have to talk with them before speaking to me. So when you have more you'd like to say, tell them and they'll relay that message to me. Please and thank you. Lila, what did you think you were doing, coming at me like that? You said you wanted to come and apologize to me in person for what you'd done. But when I came to see you, you made an attempt at pushing me down those stairs, yet ended up falling down them yourself instead. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I don't have any words left to say to you now after almost being harmed by you. Shut the hell up. Why did you come out unharmed? Why did this have to happen to me? You've always been horrible at things like sports, so that attempt you made on me was sad to watch. Don't you remember how I was always playing sports back in the day and have been very good at all of them? When you came at me trying to trip and send me down those stairs, all I had to do was step aside from your lethargic movements and watch you tumble. I didn't think it would happen so quickly, though. Must have been those huge-ass heels you were in that caused you to trip. And don't you feel bad for me now after that happened? I had to sit by and watch as the company Alan should be taking over soon falls apart. And as his papa, who has all that money, gets taken to court case after court case paying off all those fines he received. And we've been told to pay off that whole $300,000 wedding by ourselves. We're already having to go through all of this torture, yet you're coming in now asking us to pay you some settlements? Who the hell do you think you are? I have the right to those settlements. Think about what you and Alan did to me. You both were having an affair behind my back, and the day before our wedding, you guys came out about the fact that you were stealing him from me, right? You then started talking crap about me, thinking you'd won, and even took that rental dress I had and wore it in the wedding. I like to think the reason you're going through hell right now is because of that god-awful behavior of yours. Yet now you're crying about the fact that I'm asking for settlement money from the both of you? And were willing to try and kill me at those stairs because of it? If anything, I should be the one pushing you down a flight of stairs for having stolen your best friend's fiancé. I had no other choice, all right? He was the one that chose me. He just chose to have me and toss you aside is all. Not my fault that you weren't good enough to keep him around. By the way, you are aware, right? Alan realized that he should have me by his side and has been begging me to come back to him, right? What? What do you mean by that? Oh, so then you haven't been aware of this then. I feel so bad for you now, but this has been the kind of man Alan's always been. I'm sure you'll be in a lot more trouble, though, because of him, since you both only just got married to one another. Wait a sec, what are you talking about? Are you being serious right now? Well, of course I'm being serious about this. I wouldn't be lying to you about him now when neither of you mean anything to me besides your money. That asshole! Is he really stabbing me in the back now? I mean, that's the kind of man you were wanting him to be, right? He did just what you wanted and completely threw his fiancée away just to have himself a new woman that he could marry. And the fruits of that labor are this. All he really is a man with a bit of family money and a company he was supposed to be getting. He knew that himself, so when a woman better looking than me came along that flirted with him, he had no control over his feelings that told him to jump to you. And that made him forget just how ugly he really is and why this all hurts much more for him now. No way. So then, he was never into me because he really loved me? He's the kind of spineless man that gets all worked up over any woman that shows him some attention. And when he noticed that you had such a good face and body, he saw himself as lucky. But when it comes to something like marriage, you both are definitely not meant for one another, because he is just as selfish as you are. What? What are you trying to say here? He likes someone who will flirt and praise him all the time, cook for him all the time, do the chores for him all the time, and do his work for him all the time. He wants someone that will do all of those things for him while looking good. But with you being just as selfish as him, that was never going to work out. Even I could never be selfless enough to work with him, though, when married, and I've now learned that. The only reason I was able to do everything for him while dating is because I loved him. However, you don't have the same strength that I do. I can't do things like housework for him, and I don't want him bringing things like work home with him. Normally, he's not that great of an employee, but when he had me around, I was able to get him to focus on his work and succeed. But how are things now with him now that I'm gone? He's not doing so well at that company anymore, right? That's right. So everything he'd achieved was all because of you? In other words, the man that I fell in love with was the man you had made? And when you vanished from underneath him, the man I loved became no more. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm sure your attempt on my life was you trying to threaten me into not asking for a settlement from you guys, but now it's only going to muddy your path even further. There were witnesses to what you did, and you can be labeled as a criminal now. Which means I'm definitely not going to take back any settlements. I have the police on the way right now, so be ready for that fun mess. Wait! Don't tell me you've actually called the police on me. That would be insane of you to do that to your friend. It was just a small threat is all. Hey, can we please talk about this in person one more time? You're not going to get me to stop asking for this settlement from you, Mila. And when I came to talk with you about it today, you tried to push me down those stairs, right? Now there is no chance of me forgiving either one of you for what you've done. I'm going to send you both down to the gates of hell, where you can sit and wait for whatever horrible fate awaits you. From there, I made sure to have the police come and get Mila, and from there, she was taken away in an ambulance to the hospital for treatment. I talked with the police for a little bit and told them my story, along with the few witnesses that saw what happened, before going home to my parents' house to relax and forget about everything. On her way to the hospital, Mila called Alan while in the ambulance, handcuffed to the stretcher, asking him if it was true that he wanted me back and thought of her as useless, and when he told her the truth, she broke down in tears. She became so upset before getting to the hospital that she wouldn't stop thrashing around on her stretcher, and one of the EMTs had to give her a sedative to calm her down a bit. After being treated at the hospital for injuries ranging from a broken ankle to a couple of broken ribs, Mila was then taken into custody by the police and taken to the police station for questioning. There they learned of her true intentions for trying to push me down those stairs and would have her stay in the county jail overnight as she couldn't really do much with the pain she was in anyway. The next day she was charged with attempted murder and assault and would be sentenced to 5 years in prison, as well as 5 more years of parole. When it comes to what happened with Alan, he came to me on his hands and knees, begging for me to go back to him. He also came with the money I had asked for in the settlement and paid it off right then and there. He then went and brought up the fact that his wife was no longer around anymore, having been taken away, and needed someone to come home with him and care for his needs. But of course I wasn't going to ever be doing that, and I told him I was cutting ties, and that he should never come looking for me again unless he wanted to end up like Mila. He would continue to bug me for a few more days over text, and when I had finally had enough enjoyment reading all of his sob stories, I blocked him and deleted his contact info. I want for the both of those bastards to learn what all they did wrong here, and have to regret everything they've done while living in suffering for the rest of their lives. Seriously, I do not care about what happens to either of those two, and will never be thinking about them again.
If I'm correct, today's your birthday, right? How old are you going to be turning today?
I'm going to be 42 years old, and why the heck are you asking about my birthday now? And before we even get to that, weren't you supposed to be coming home early today? I've been waiting all day for you to be here so we can celebrate.
How lame of you to be waiting for someone that doesn't care to be home with you. There's nothing about your birthday that makes me want to be there celebrating it with you.
Is that really something you should be saying to the woman you've been married to for 15 years?
Well, be aware that those 15 years we've had together end today.
What does that mean, Tony?
I'm saying that you and I are getting divorced. I'm still in my freaking 30s, aren't I? However, you're turning 42 years old today. You're already halfway through your life, and you're going to be out of this world long before I am. Do you really think I want to stay married with someone that won't even be around for my later years in life? Who will I have around the house to help me when I'm retired and I'm no longer in the mood to do things myself?
What are you talking about? In just another 3 months or so, you're going to be turning 40 years old. So tell me, what the heck has gotten into you today with all of this age talk? Never before have you gone on about our ages until today, and saying that you want a divorce now because I'm a little older than you isn't going to change you still becoming a 40-year-old man soon.
I've already chosen to get divorced from you today. So, whether you like it or not, there's nothing you could do to stop me. Now, grab all your things from the house and get out of there. I already handed in the divorce papers, so it's final.
Huh? Are you really being serious about all this divorce talk right now?
Why wouldn't I be serious about all of this after all the time I've wasted talking to you about it?
Well, if you and I get a divorce, then what are we going to do about our daughter? Lainey has only just entered high school and everything, so breaking apart now would put her through a lot of unnecessary stress.
Well, Lanny's been telling me that she doesn't want to live in a house together with a hag like you anymore. Now that she realized how old you really are. She plans to stay with me and live here after you're gone.
What? She's being serious as well? Did you already talk with her and everything about the divorce you're wanting?
I have, and we decided that the both of us want you to disappear from our lives for good. At this point, not only do I not need you around anymore, but neither does Lanny.
Saying all of those awful things about me, talking with my daughter about that before my birthday is terrible. I can't even believe that you'd talk with Lainey first about divorcing me before even asking me about all of this first.
When it comes to Lanny and talking with her about serious things, it's only natural that I talk with her first. She is an amazing young woman, and I'm very much aware now that she does not want to be living together with an idiot like you. Now, you're beginning to get on my nerves by sticking around right now, so hurry up and get lost.
I seriously never actually thought that you'd be talking with our daughter about things like that. Well, it's already happened now. Thanks for telling me all of this.
Another thing, you're going to still need to pay child support after the divorce.
You want me paying child support?
I'll be the one having to keep her in my house and looking after her, so it's only fair that you pay for her.
Then what about any sort of settlements?
What are you talking about now? I'm not going to be paying you a single penny, even if you ask. That should be an amazing present for a 42-year-old woman, right? You'll lose your young and strong husband, and be forced to live by yourself as you grow older and older, with nobody around to love you.
I never could have imagined that I'd be called an old hag by you on my birthday. And I never even thought it was possible for both my husband and my daughter to talk about divorcing me behind my back. But if you are both on the same page about wanting to leave me today, then there's no helping keeping you both around me. I guess I will be leaving this house.
You are no longer going to be part of this family, and don't you ever think you can come back to us in the future. All we are to you now is a couple of complete strangers.
If that's what the both of you want to think of me. But just make sure that you both never come around me again, as I'm going to be a stranger to you both from now on as well. And don't you ever forget what I just said to you. Why are you not answering your phone? I am trying to get a hold of you because we're in a bit of a pickle over here. If you're going to do nothing besides call me over and over with no prior context, then I'm not going to answer you. Can you tell me why the heck you're trying to talk with me after 4 years have gone by? Especially after what we all agreed on after I left. This is a very scary emergency and Dad needs your help. What? He got into a serious accident and will need to get surgery done on him right away. Did you seriously not stop to think that me calling you over and over like that might mean that there's an emergency over here? I don't really care what you think about all of this. It's an emergency and you need to answer the phone right away. Oh, could this actually mean that an old hag like you has never answered a phone call in her life on her cell phone and has no idea how to? If you've only come here to say rude things to me again, I can go ahead and just block you for good. That's not what I'm wanting to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about having you pay the $30,000 medical bill that will come with Dad's surgery. What? Ah, so that's what's going on here then. This must be some kind of scam call asking me to pay money for one of my family members even though they don't actually need it right now. Huh? What are you going on about? That's not what this is. I am telling you the truth when I say that I need you to give us the money to pay the medical bills, but this isn't a scam at all. Really, all the medical care that Dad's receiving is going to cost us $30,000, and we need that money from you. And this isn't just for him, but for your daughter as well, so pay up. Excuse me? My daughter? Right now, Dad doesn't have anyone else he can count on to pay the bills. I really hate having to ask an old hag like you for help at this point in time, but you're the only person with the money to be able to hand it over to us immediately. So, can you just get to work sending that $30,000 I've asked for to me? Sending that money to you? Why do I have to be the one to give you both that kind of money? How many times are you going to make me tell you this? Have you already become senile? Open your gosh dang eyes, old hag! Dad's got into an accident and he's going to get surgery very soon here, and so that $30,000 is needed to pay for all of the medical expenses, so give it to us. He's your ex-husband, right? And not just that, but I'm your daughter, so give us that money for our sakes, okay? I don't have a daughter, though. Huh? How about you try opening your eyes up a little, young lady? I do not have any daughters, and right now the only person I see you as is a complete stranger. Now, I don't think you're going to gain any more from me today or ever again, so I'll be going now. Hold on, you! What the hell are you talking about? You aren't going to be going anywhere right now. Do you really think you can end things between us that easily? You and your father were the ones that told me in the divorce that you no longer wanted me coming around either one of you anymore, and that you'd be cutting ties with me, right? You had both made it clear as day to me that you no longer wanted to be family and that I needed to stay a stranger to the both of you. Looks to me, though, that you both asked for more than you could handle from me and are no longer able to uphold your guys' end of the promise. That being, staying away from me. What the hell are you talking about? We had all ended things off by saying we'd all be strangers to one another 4 years ago, right? So that means that for the past 4 years and continuing on after this, you are not my daughter. And if you think that you saying you're my daughter now just because you need money from me is going to change that fact, it will not. I'm sorry, but I have no idea what kind of games you're trying to play right now. What are you saying right now? This is not the time to start joking around about what happened back then. Right now, we need to be talking about how that surgery is going to cost $30,000. And when it comes to me, I don't have that kind of money, and Dad doesn't have that kind of money in savings either. You were able to get a settlement paid out to you by Dad in the divorce back then, right? You give us that money back right now so that we can afford for Dad to get his surgery. I was given a settlement? I don't ever remember getting any sort of money in the divorce, though. Huh? It's been quite the opposite, actually. So far, I've paid your child support for the past 3 years without getting a penny from your dad or anything else in return. There's no freaking way, right? Child support? I don't even believe you for 1 second that you'd have the money nor the want to pay anything like that. Well, you don't have to believe me or not regarding something like that. I just assumed that I was still responsible for you still, even after you left me. And so that's my reasoning behind paying the child support. Even after you told me you never wanted to see me again and just wanted to be complete strangers. Just be glad that I was willing to pay your father that kind of money for you. But remember that I only have to pay your father until you turn 18 years old. Are you sure about that? Because I never heard anything from Dad about you giving him any sort of money to support me. Remember that you've been sticking around a dad that tossed his wife out of his house on her birthday while saying horrible things about her. I'm sure he'd never tell you anything about how I've been the one paying for you to be as privileged as you are. But at this point, I couldn't care less about him telling you about all of that or you believing me about it. Anyway, I don't think you or your father are in the place to be asking me for any more money at the moment, no matter how much of an emergency it is. What? So you're really not going to pay that $30,000 that we need right now? Even when I'm stressed the hell out right now because of all this? Even if you tell me that you're that stressed out right now, you have nothing to do with me and the life I currently live. It's not even like you're related to me anymore either, since you were the one that asked me long ago to forget that you were ever my daughter. I know I said some things like that, but right now the situation in the family has changed. They've changed? How have they changed? I told you that I don't think of you as my daughter anymore, and as for your father, I definitely don't see him as family anymore and gave no interest in whatever's going on in his life. You don't have to be that cold about how you really feel about us, okay? Well, don't you feel like you were cold to me back in the day when speaking to me? Huh? Whatever did I do? Well, for starters, when I was worried about you right after the divorce, I tried texting and calling you, but you'd only ever reply by asking me to shut up and stay quiet. And since months went by of you never saying anything else to me, I gave up on you. It was after how cold you and your father were to me back then that I finally realized that you both really did not care about me being around you guys anymore. And back then, I'm sure we were a bit cold to you about things. But that was 3 years ago, and I never imagined that Dad would get into such a bad accident and end up needing an emergency surgery that costs this much. If it wasn't for his situation now, I really would not be talking to you now, because I really do not need you in my life besides for money. Well, don't worry about explaining your actions to me, as I feel the same about you now. And that's why now, all we are to one another is complete strangers. Hence why I've said that I do not have any daughters. So tell me again what you want with me. If you don't have any other reason for talking to me right now besides wanting me to give you money for your crappy father, then I think we can stop talking to each other now. Hold your horses! I do not like hearing you say things like that about the both of us. So are you seriously planning to not pay for Dad's medical bills? This surgery could be the one thing saving him from dying after the injuries he sustained. Is that so? Well, that must be heartbreaking for you then. But let me be very clear that he has nothing to do with me and my life anymore. So I really do question what the hell you're going on about right now with everything you've said today. When you have a problem like that within your small family, then you guys have to figure something out on your own without getting complete strangers involved. Please and thank you. Huh? You're talking about your gosh dang ex-husband! Why are you acting like you never knew him right now? And how come you can't understand how much your daughter needs you to help her right now? You should be able to understand that when a couple has a divorce, they usually regard one another as strangers thereafter, right? That is such a far-fetched argument to make right now. A far-fetched argument? I'm just telling you what actually happens in a divorce, Lainey. And let me ask you this. Is you coming to me after years of never talking to me, all just to tell me that your father was in an accident and needs money right now, not some form of you trying to scam me for my money? Did you really think you were going to get me to follow along with that story? I told you that I'm telling the dang truth! Nothing about this is a scam! Well, even if it's the truth, that has nothing to do with me. I am not in the mood to hand you guys any money, and I'm not even the one responsible for you two anymore. I've already gotten remarried now and have a family of my own that I'm very happy to be a part of. Do you think you could give me the relief of staying away from my new family and I now? Huh? You got remarried? I found myself a new man that loves me way more than your father ever did, and we are married now. And he brought along his kids with him, which I've grown to view as my own now. I have some very cute kids and a handsome and kind husband that makes up my warm and beautiful family now. What the actual hell? Do you really think now's the right time to be telling your actual daughter about something like that? The right time? You and your father are the ones that left me, so I don't care if now is a good time for you or not to be saying that. I think I have every right to say and do as I please now, since I have no ties to you guys. To be frank, I forgot about you and your father a few years ago besides having to pay child support. You guys wanted me to forget about the two of you, so of course I would forget that you guys ever existed. I am your frickin' daughter, you old hag! Yet you have the balls to tell me that you forgot about me? Well, you only ever called me an old hag, and so that made you look like garbage to me that I didn't need to remain in my life. I don't have the time for people like you to be my daughter after things like that. You have to be kidding me, right? Are you really telling me the truth right now? Of course I am. I have my own life now and a family of my own who all love me very much as their wife and mother. I have no interest in you and your father anymore, and you are both complete strangers to me, so you will not be getting any of that $30,000 from me. That man is nothing to me now. All he is a monster that cheated on me with another woman and wouldn't even pay me any sort of a settlement for that. And not just that, but also divorced me on my birthday while getting my daughter to believe that I was the problem and having me kicked out of the house for good and leaving me with nothing. And even after being kicked out of the family and the house, I was still asked to pay child support for you, and when I tried to have even a simple conversation with you, you'd call me an old hag and ask that I shut up. He cheated on you? Dad cheated on you? But I never heard anything about that happening either. And I told you why that would be. That man would never say anything to you that would make you rethink what he did to me and scare you away to my side. He made good use of you by getting full custody and then taking my money. I was really worried about you years ago when this all started, and that's why I would try and get a hold of you to tell you these things. But after time and time again of you telling me to shut up, I gave up on you for good. I was tired of trying to be a good mother to someone that only thought of me as an old hag and an idiot.
Mom, just wait a second. Listen to me now. If you leave me with Dad and don't help us in any way, then what's going to happen to us? I'm going to most likely end up being on my own without him.
It's disgusting to hear you call me Mom after all that time had passed, so can you just call me Anne from now on? And you'll end up on your own? You are close to being 20 years old now, so I'm sure you can make it on your own without Dad. You already know that what I've said to you is final and that you won't be getting any help from me, right? So trying to carry on this needless conversation is going to get you nowhere. All you are to me is a stranger, and I thought that's who I was to you.
But with something like this going on with Dad right now, can't you just help me out this once? You don't have anything going on in your life right now that you need that money for. What the hell happened to you being the nice woman that I knew you as long ago?
I can see you're beginning to get frustrated now, but you have really not begun to understand that I do not want anything to do with your father and you anymore. The whole reason this all ended up happening is because you and your dad told me to get lost and stay away forever.
What? Are you really going to listen to what we told you so many years ago like that?
Well, weren't you both the ones enforcing what you asked from me for years after the divorce took place? You and your nasty father were the ones that laid out the playing field for us, and all I could do was follow your guys' rules. If you still feel as though you can get me to come and help you after all that, then maybe you need to go and talk to your father first about everything. He'll tell you the same thing, and will most likely not even want my help. So, do you have anything else to say to me?
Anything else to say to you? You're being a freaking witch right now.
Well, if you have nothing else to say, then it's time for me to go.
Wait, Mom! You're taking things way too far by saying you don't want to see me as your daughter anymore. I am asking you to please come and help me. I need your money.
No. I will never talk with you ever again after this, no matter how much you think you can get away with asking me for money. You were an awful daughter, and need to understand that there's nothing you can do to change my mind about that. Now, goodbye forever. And if after today your life becomes a living hell, just know that you deserve every bit of it. Anne made it very clear to Lainey that day that she never wanted to talk to her again. In reality, Lainey was never there asking for money to help her father with his surgery in the first place, as her father was never in any accident and was not in need of any life-saving surgery. She had assumed that she could use her position as what she thought was Anne's daughter to beg for money during a fake time of need. Really, the only thing that Lainey needed that money for was to keep her from having to go out and work a real job to make income. But now that she wouldn't be getting anything, she will have to find a job just like everyone else. Luckily, Anne was never willing to fall for the lies that Lainey had tried getting her to fall for, and ended things between herself and her demented daughter once and for all. Now, Anne can really move forward from her sad past and look towards the future of being with her warm and caring family.